We started the weekend a long way away from Paris, in Petersfield, just south of London, for the 9th round of the British Championship, which was the Hode. Here we have the new Aprilia, which Steve Saunders is going to ride for the first time. Nice little zebra crossing on the tank there. And there's just a few riders here before the event, just chatting, all his friends. Mr. Saunders, he's taking one of the many cleans he had throughout the day, which I think was about 37 or 38 in total. Gavin coming up, Gavin Cooper, the clubman's champion, minus his mudguard. I think he's had a bit of a prang somewhere. And Philip Alderson, we haven't seen him a lot all year, but still around. Just cleaning the yammy up there. John Boy, just telling Steve how to do it. Obviously he must have worked, that was a very difficult section. I hope Steve run the Aprilia in before he come to this trail, because like it's known for down there for being flat out in 4th gear everywhere. Wayne Braybrick on the big gas, not quite getting as good there. Nevertheless, still legging away, getting up for the 3. Just to reach the end of the cars was difficult there, as you can see by people clapping. His teammate, John Shirt Jr., getting a little bit radical, and I think he'll be a bit upset with himself there. Here's Steve Colley just trying to find the man with the punch. Shortly after leaving the Hode, it was straight into the first services for the jet wash to get all the muck off, to make the bike look presentable for the Verena Trail tomorrow. Here we have Steve washing the bike, which he shouldn't be doing. That should be my job. Then it was straight off to Dover.
Here we are at Dover after a 2-hour drive from Petersfield, where we came for the last round of the British Championship. We just had a 2nd place there, which wasn't too bad. A bit of a break now at Dover before we catch the 9 o'clock boat and then roll on Paris. Ciao! Just arrived here about 3 o'clock this morning, had a few hours sleep. We're just about to get sorted for scrutineering now. Had a look at a few of the sections, got very big time. So we're looking forward to the event, let's all go.
So as we're here, going down to the scrutineering with Steve, early in the morning, bit chilly. Number 5 here.
The winning number.
There's me trying to do my fluent French speaking there to the lady, which wasn't coming off. Bike doesn't look as though it's been ridden yesterday at all. Yomi, Tommy's brother, just giving the new Aprilia a bit of a fettle. Tommy was in fact riding one with a hydraulic clutch. Just here walking a few of the sections early in the morning, and they were still putting them up, as you can see, it's on the private streets in Paris. Beautiful scenery. If this event was going to be held in Britain No one, not the police, no one would give you authority to do it. This is still like only 1 hour before the event and the sections are still going up. Oh, I shall say nothing just here. Just look. Just warming up. And I think it's the LA Coliseum with the Supercross. Whoops, front brake stick. By this time, many people are starting to arrive to watch the event. And in total, I think there was around 40,000 people. The new 1993 beta there.
Manie mieux que personne l'équilibre physique et moral.
Okay, the time has come. We've been through scrutineering, no problems there. Just had a little bit more of my breakfast. We're all ready to go now. The bike's all sorted. A little bit nervous just looking at this lot, but hopefully we should have no problems.
So at the beginning of every arena trial, the rider's presentation takes place, and here we have all the stars lining up. The course was of 10 sections, 3 laps, but only 2 counting. The third was just for the crowd, just to make it worth the while coming. Here we have Tommy starting off as number 1, followed closely by Geordie. In Britain, this would be the arena section. Half the crowd, just locals, nothing to do with trials, can't believe what they're seeing. Bruno there, just showing off. And here comes our man, nearly having the cameraman off. Here we are at section 2. Bruno Camozzi just making his first attempt at it. Bruno, in fact, a bit of a arena specialist, having just taken the win about a month before down in Lyon. Here just lining himself up to go onto the concrete poles. Perfect balance. And here he has to go. It's about a 90-degree angle this turn, with a fair gap in between. As you can see, it's only just for the bikes fitting on there. Just lining himself up just to get it perfect. Brilliant, nearly losing his balance, but just regaining. Excellent ride. Being French, the crowd love him. Jean-Luc Nictou, another Frenchman. Just getting a little bit stuck there on the cotton reel, taking a quick dab, soon getting back in his stride. I think this, in fact, was Jean-Luc's first riding on the new beta. Once again, excellent ride. That was very difficult, that section just there. Tommy, the world champion. Looking immaculate as ever. Doing everything effortlessly. Tommy just getting it there. Different approach to it. Much easier. Even that little bit there looks tricky. On to section 5, Steve Colley. That, in fact, his riding up was the hand railings for the steps, just with a scaffolding board put on it. Still a bit of muck on the tiles there from yesterday, but not looking bad. Just trying to select third gear, I think. 3 fair big steps coming up here. Just taking his time, making sure everything's right. No problems. Mr. Pons. Same section. On video, these sections don't look a lot, but when you're standing there, there's a fair height. As you can see by that. Just making it over. That many spectators climbing up in the trees to get a look at things. Is Mr. Angry? Still riding in his sunglasses. Philip in his day used to love these sort of sections, but now getting a bit of an old man. Just getting his fur back as he can, just getting his back wheel over the edge of the last step, so he can get it wound up in third for the last one. Beautiful control. I wish I hadn't said the bit about the old man. If he hears this, I could be like the observer in Germany. Here we have our support crew who took him along with us. He made £3.50 throughout the day apparently. On to my favourite section here, number 9. Lovely looking section. Very slippy as you can see there. So Geordie just taking the one. Steve on the same section, just taking a little prod. Not a lot of room there.
To me, just a bit, or are you lined up there?
Me just telling him what to do, thinking I know better. But I can assure you I don't.
You can't go back a lot. You can't go back any.
Brilliant ride there. Problem here though, Steve going up this step goes the wrong side of the marker. And that's 1.5 he could have done without. It was only 6 inches the wrong side, but he couldn't see it because of all the stickers on the board. Bruno in a spot of bother there. Taking his time. Brilliant ride. As you can see, Bruno up the right hand side of the end bit where Steve was on the left. Makes all the difference.
Well, we're going well until about, I'm not too sure about section 8, section 9, yeah? And then I had my first 5 there, which was absolutely pathetic, which I never had. The second one was not good either, but the best on it's 3. And then I finished off with the clean here, so not a bad lap, but I just had to keep it up like I started the last lap. I started off really good, and then unfortunately, I made a few mistakes towards the end there, and it's cost us dear, but we'll get stuck in this lap and hopefully have a better result.
This is the last section, number 10, just before the change of the punch card. Here we are with Bruno once again. This looked one of the most spectacular sections, but probably was one of the easier ones of the trial. This bit here, getting into 3rd gear, and it was a fair step with a bit of a launcher at the bottom of it. Just like that, as Tommy would say.
départ pour ces champions.
Big jump out the ends cards.
Il ne reste plus que le dernier 90 gauche à négocier.
Another clean for Bruno. Going well at this stage. Doesn't look too happy though. Daniel Crossett, the Belgium lad. Once again making it all look very easy.
Attention, si messieurs les photographes voulaient bien reculer un petit peu, merci. Quel travail de précision au guidon pour ces grands champions.
Very tight little section. Few drops, and I say now coming up to this big third gear step.
5 fois champion de Belgique, qui pour l'instant est à 0 et qui va aborder la grande marche.
I don't know if that's nerves on the throttle there or just trying to tweak it up. Very nicely done. When Steve was riding his section, he said the kicker at the bottom on the second lap got moved and it was kicking you at the wrong angle, so it made it much more difficult.
Dernière grosse difficulté de la zone 10. Regardez comme il place sa machine en se déportant, en faisant jouer les suspensions.
Just making sure this end bit after cleaning all the hard stuff.
Bien passé. Daniel Crosset qui n'a plus. Oh, qui fait 0. Et vous l'applaudissez très fort. De une performance du champion Belgique. C'est un triple champion belge. Alors que sans.
John Luke, same bit. Just showing the step isn't as easy as it looks. Just these prods here and there are not so bad as fives, they don't add up.
2 points de pénalisation pour
Probably the last time we'll see him on a beta this year. Wampons. Terry Girard there, just trying to give him a dummy, body check or something. Wan there just hitting it a little bit too quick and running into the next step. He'll be kicking himself there. Still, very good ride. Just coming in to change the card for the end of the first lap. Nice scenery all around. So here we are, back onto the second lap now. This time on this section, they've moved the two pipes he's on now apart just a little bit to make it a bit more difficult. John Luke struggling with that cotton reel. He had one there first lap. Little flick turn just to line himself up, because if you just bring the front wheel across, the back wheel comes straight off this side. Bit of a problem there, lost his balance, had to abandon and have the 5. Bruno getting it inch perfect there before he makes his flick. Excellent. Wan there, just a bit of a flying attempt, but I think he got away with that. And he's not French. First time we've seen this man, Mr. Girard. Not into these arena trials much. Very good at the technical side. But some of the big drops and big steps he's not into a lot, as you can see here. This bit he's coming up to now is probably the most difficult bit of the trail. He's coming up on a right angle and has got to hop onto the hand railings where this scaffolding board is. As you can see, very difficult. No room for error. Tommy on the same section. Breezing through the first bit. Just the other side of his front wheel is a fair little drop there. So obviously he's got to like flip it up and keep the front wheel light. Beautifully done. But now on to the difficult bit. Excellent. Not many people have done that all day, I can assure you. Let us just blip up these pallets and then jump off to finish the section. This bit here isn't so easy as it looks, as you're dropping onto like a 45-degree angle. Brilliant. Also in the trail, many different routes for clubmen, for local French riders. I don't know who this chap is, but I know he wasn't doing the expert route. Looking pretty stylish, whoever he is. As you can see, he's just like straight up the step, then up the handrail. Just missing out the real tricky bits. Very good ride. Wayne known well for his tricks, as he's one of the ex-push bike champions. Just waving his foot there, but not touching the pallet. Beautiful balance, rock steady. Here we are at a different angle on this bit, and just see a little bit better. I think this is probably one of the only sections here that they use bottom gear all throughout the year. Making hard work of it, but getting the job done. The crowd appreciate that. And this step wasn't so easy either. It was still third gear. Lovely clean there. Halfway through the lap, you come past the vans. Here we have Tommy just giving his brother a ride down to the next section. As for the minders to ride the bike around here, it would have took you all day to get through the crowd. And plus, I just didn't think you'd have a bike left when you come back to it. Section 1, Terumi show. I should imagine doesn't like these arena trails very much because he's in one of these events where he broke his leg a couple of years ago. What he's lining up for now is a fair step. Once again, third gear, no run up, just getting up. Bit of sand, bit of everything, you name it, they had it. And this board here was quite tricky with the sand carrying on this board at about 45 degrees. Got very slippy. Michael Vukovic, whatever his name is, also doing the route below the Expert Championship one. Much easier this section for those. Bit of a Sunday afternoon ride out for him. All looking as though they're enjoying themselves or falling asleep, one or the other. This is probably the surprise package of the day, Angel Garcia. Having some brilliant rides throughout the day and was eventually going to take third place. Doesn't do you no harm because this is the lad we see walking down the street when we arrived at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I won't say what sort of street it was. Let's just say he's wearing red clothing. The other Spanish lad, Pinicot there, getting his flick a bit wrong. I think he's still going to get away with it and he's going to have a go at the section anyway. Just showing how big that step really is. But still gets a big clap from the crowd. Matey here singing the birdie song. Onto some beautiful shots of Paris.
Attendez, restez là,
Here
restez
comes
là.
Rick Johnson. Oh no, it's our man Mr. Colley again. This is the bit he enjoyed most, I think. Easy way to do it. John Luke and his minder, David. Sticking his V's up there at the cameraman, weren't very nice. So here we are onto section 3. On that very tricky one with coming up the railings at the end. See there, looking behind him. I don't know if he spotted a woman in the crowd or something, but something took his attention. Just keeping his balance there. Back wheel's got to go a little bit more to the right. Perfect. I think we'll have to give him the nickname Zebedee. Boing. Don't forget he's got to keep the front wheel very light there. Lovely done. Now this is the make or break bit. Like everybody getting it bouncing. Nearly does it, but not quite. As soon as both wheels get onto the plank, obviously you stop bouncing and then you lose your balance. Just getting back right to the tapes. And just for this little dropout. Near enough pops the tar off the rim as you land on there. Back with Bruno. I think that was the lady on the left there that Steve was looking at. Bruno still hasn't cheered up at all. Bruno normally known for taking the sections pretty quick in World Championship, but today taking his time. Every section he was in there at least about 5 or 6 minutes. Taking a different approach there, a bit more difficult. But does it very nice. Just wiping the sweat off there. As you can see, the sun's out and it was a beautiful day. Just thinking what he's going to do here. Front wheel nearly off the edge there. Just keeping it on. Exactly the same as Steve there. As soon as he's on to the plank, loses his balance and has to have a dab. Just looking back to see how much room he's got. Up into third gear. No problems. Still not rushing at this stage. Must be a fit bloke. Nevertheless out for a dab. On to section 4. Steve there up the first step, making it look very easy. This was the only section here that had the 2 officials ready to capture at the top. Then it was hop all the way back down onto the other level. And get it lined up to go up 3 fair steps. There's only a bike's length in between. Steve there, you can just see the motor having a bit of a throttle stick. He was going to try and do them all in one, but if you don't quite get the first one right, you have to stop and go up them individually, making it a lot harder. There I am leaning there. Not a lot of worries in the world by the looks of things. Same for this top one. Brilliant. That's the other way to do it, just like Bruno. Straight up, all in one. Section 5 up the railings again. This time, Bruno decides to jump from the top onto the pallets. Excellently done there. There's a bigger gap there than you think. This time, no messing around from Bruno, straight up. Pallets looking a bit shaky, but hopefully they'll last the distance of the trial. So on to the last section here for Steve for the 2 laps. After this, he's still got the one to do as an exhibition lap for the crowd. Just cleaning it out.
Attention à l'attaque de la marche pour Steve Colley.
Easy done there. When I first looked at that, I thought, blimey, how are they going to get up there? But not much of a problem. Steve can relax now. He knows the next lap is just for fun.
Steve Colley qui a réussi un passage à 0. L'espoir français qui a marqué 18 points en termes.
John Luke on the same section. Somewhere up there, just about to drop in.
Parmi les arrivants, il se place au 3e rang.
Once again for John Luke, this is the last section, so making sure he makes it count. David there who's parachuting, just to show how high the section really is, in case he falls. John Luke a little bit radical there, but up there nevertheless. Nearly having one there on the easy bit. So here we are on the fun lap with Steve, onto section 1. You can just see how much more they flow when they know the pressure's off. Up there, very nice. Zebedee still at work there. So by this time the sand was carrying up on here and it was getting really slippy. A nice little wheelie there for the crowd going out. On to number 2. Just getting it lined up before he blips up the cotton reel. Lovely. Front brake stick there, but manages to control it. Onto this tricky corner now. Lovely. As good as anyone there. As you can see, no punch cards this time, so it's straight on to the next section. Steve had 2 dabs on this section in the trial. It means it didn't count, he was going to go for the clean this time. So if you want to take bets, place them now. Nice little flick turn. Just thinking which way he's going to attack it this time. Brilliant angled shot this time. You can see the whole section. Just once he's on there, just has to have that one just again. Hope no one lost too much money there. That little bet. Well, I did know the answer, but I weren't going to tell you. Number 5, the one with the big steps. Out for another clean. Steve was going well on this practice lap. We have Amos for the first time, not messing around, getting on with the job. Lovely Starling. I think Bruno ought to take a leaf out of his book and get on with the job. We have a Spanish Ducados lad, Pinny Cop. Had a full World Championship season and riding much better towards the end of the season. Very nice. All these foreigners can do this splatting very well. Charlie there, just checking it all out. Whoops. I think Mady stood on the back brake there. This is the second group of riders. They obviously went through the tunnel instead of over it. I think that was Bert just jumping up there.
Alors que d'autres concurrents sautent le pro 0 pour Philippe Vermetier.
So that's Bert's day finished with.
Well, what a day, finished at last. Turned out to be a really, really good event. The weather's been absolutely brilliant all day. The sections were just about spot on, not too hard, not too difficult. I didn't ride too good at all. We had like a few real duffers, but and that's to be expected. You've got to have a bad one every now and again. No, but really enjoyed it. Had a smashing trip. And we're just about to set off home again.
Trois manches, Claude Lambert, maire adjoint chargé des sports, lui remet la coupe et vous pouvez vraiment l'applaudir. Je remercie le public. Et ça, il fallait le faire et on peut encore l'applaudir une nouvelle fois. Bravo Tommy. À côté de Tommy Havala, le deuxième classé, Jordi Tarès, 4 fois champion du monde de triathlon. Et on a fait le troisième, Avril Garcia, autre champion espagnol. a échoué de peu, 3e en 90 et 3e en